the Great Essex Heist, and digging into Steve's phobias on this episode of Jim Joe Steve Show.
Here's a story about 20 years ago. 3 bros who grew up in Baltimore to the beach show. Every summer they had to go before they got married with kids. Now they all grown. Long trips to New York and Toronto. Playing beer pong with Captain Morgan's. Free throws. And if you don't know, now you know. Coming in hot, Jim Joe Steve Show.
Jim Joe Steve Show, back with another episode of Fun and Glory. Here with my buddies, Jim.
How's it going?
Doing well. How are you, buddy?
Thankful that you guys actually got here.
And Steve.
It feels like it's been forever since we
recorded.
But it's only been 1 week.
For all of you lucky listeners at home, it's only been a week. For us getting together, it's been a while, though. We've been going through some stuff, dealing with couple sicknesses. I shit myself a couple times last week. It's been quite the roller coaster.
It's been a lot of fun lately.
A lot of fun.
You can see pictures of Joe shitting himself on our Twitter. Jim Joe Steve. Follow us at Jim Joe Steve. And we also have a new Facebook page if you guys... Joe, you probably have not visited the Facebook page.
I haven't, Jim. Tell me more.
You can search us, Jim Joe Steve Show.
And but you can also search us on Instagram, Jim Joe Steve.
Have we post? I followed us on Instagram.
Yeah, we don't have.
There's no posts on there.
One of us is in charge of it.
Okay, so if you follow our Twitter or our Facebook page, you can tell that I actually manage those social media accounts. But if you visit our Instagram page, Steve or Joe both handle that one.
I don't even have the password
exclusively.
For that one. I need to get the password for that one.
Any of my coworkers that are happen to be listening, you'll be happy to know that our Instagram page doesn't get managed during the day because I'm busy working.
Speaking of Twitter, I wanted to give a quick shout out to
that's a very good transition.
Someone that tweeted at us. I don't know her personally. K-Span2. She has a request for Steve.
What is
Please have Steve tell his honeymoon story. It is one of the funniest stories I've ever heard. I'm not sure that I actually heard that story, but Steve, you want to kick that off?
It's a goodie.
You want to kick off the honeymoon story?
No, I think I'm going to pass on that one.
Is he allowed to do that?
I mean, we have a request, Steven.
God, this sucks.
And it's on the internet.
It
I
is.
don't know. I have to think about it.
And
all right, what else? More Twitter.
Be More Gooner. I love the name. He must work or have worked in the restaurant industry because he has sent a gif of roaches crawling all over pizza and must be Joe's friend, possibly.
It is. It's my buddy Bennett, and he works for an exterminator. All right, actually, I think he runs the company.
He's Mr.
Excellent.
Exterminator. Mm-hmm.
He also tweeted a prepubescent male with frosted tips. That may be a male actor.
To be fair, when I wanted to frost my tips, I was a full-blown adult.
Yeah.
Well, you've had a full beard since you were about 12, Joe. I'm sure of that.
All right.
All right. Well, from the cliffhanger from last week.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. Let's kick it off.
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In Baltimore, Maryland...
Whoa. This isn't a sex crime.
I didn't think that cliffhanger was... Whoa.
Well, yeah.
Did I miss something?
No.
Can we still do the dong-dong?
All right.
All right, perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, this story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
I think we did that backwards, but whatever.
All right.
One take Tommy's.
Our production value is so good.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
All right, let's hear this. Let's hear about this heist.
All right. All right. Well, I am going to change the names because it involves my allegedly me and a person. We'll just call him E-Rock.
E-Rock.
All right.
Sounds familiar.
So this restaurant that that I allegedly might have worked at.
I don't think it's actually allegedly at this point because you actually
I did
named
say
the
it
restaurant.
I said it on the last episode, but hopefully people just skipped episode 3 and came in the 4.
I mean, it's been bulldozed. Allegedly.
Hopefully they did listen though.
Yeah, that is true. I hope they
If you have not listened to episode 3,
episode
you
3,
you need to pause this. Go listen to episode 3.
You can skip through the entire thing and just go to the very end.
right.
but probably not.
But listen, to
You
the
might
whole
miss one of the greatest stories ever.
thing. Right.
So the restaurant, let me just explain why I didn't feel bad for what possibly happens later on in this story. The restaurant was I said last week about how it was shut down because of health code violations.
Yeah, bugs crawling on the walls.
Bugs
and
crawling on
other
the wall,
pods.
mice everywhere. The owner, because I did work at this restaurant and being a sanitary technician.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. The owner would, on Fridays when you would get paid, she would take out the taxes. She was like, well, do you want to just get paid in cash now? And, myself being 16 or so, I would, of course, be like, yeah, I'd rather have cash right now. When I
Yeah,
leave
who
the door.
wouldn't, right?
Yeah. So, of course, she would take your tax, your FICA, and everything out that you're supposed to. And do you think at the end of the year you got a W-2?
No chance.
No chance. So it happened to every single person that worked there.
Oh, nice. So
So-
she was just running an under the table cash operation.
Yes,
Nice.
yes. So this was
Good for her.
This was an awful place.
What a patriot.
Yes. So
No one could predict it that would have not been successful long term.
I know, right? So
So let's hear about how Steve sticks it to her.
the restaurant closed down because of health code violations and fraud and all this stuff. So it was just sitting there.
Did you have many customers? Like, was
I
it crowded?
never looked out. Yeah, a lot of old.
Really?
They ordered a lot of orange roughy. Of which
what's
old
orange
people
roughy?
love orange roughy, a fish.
Is it like easily digestible or something?
It's like tilapia. I think it is. But
Oh.
it sounds fancy.
Just
That's
the
fancy.
Nokia of fish.
I thought it was a drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he was saying it,
Yeah.
when he said orange roughy.
It basically, when you went there, it was.
How was the orange roughy?
I never.
Was
ate
it? I'm sure it wasn't fresh caught. Did you guys go up to like Safeway and just?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I just they were like
Quick,
kitchen bitch. Go get it.
You might
from
be
the-
one of the few people that I've known that work in a restaurant, but I've heard the chef's special of the day is just something that is expiring
They wanna
that
get rid
day
of it.
that they need to get
I'm
rid of.
sure that's true. I mean, if you brought back a steak and it was cooked medium rare, and the next person wanted medium, they just put it back on, got it to where they wanted, and then sent it out to someone else. So you always got someone else's food. It was just gross. On Mondays, I I had to clean the broilers, which I hated, and it was just like your first job, and the woman took advantage of everybody that was there. She was an awful human being. So
Do you want to give her a shout out?
no, I don't even, I cannot even remember her name. So and we're like in our this place has been closed. I mean, I stopped working there and stayed open for a little while longer, but then it ended up closing. So, in my 20s, early 20s, it was closed down, and we heard about a law that said that once a restaurant closes, you can bring the alcohol in, but it can never leave that restaurant. Like, you can't sell it or anything like that.
Closes,
after-
you mean closes for the evening? Closes
down. Closes down.
Why would
So
you
everything
bring?
just has to be thrown away.
Everything has to be thrown away.
Why would
yeah.
you bring alcohol into a restaurant? That's
Well,
been closed?
the owners, the people that were buying, the people that owned the restaurant, they would bring in the liquor to serve to people. That liquor that was there,
It was
or
brought
beer,
in, once it's brought in, not allowed to
it
leave.
can't leave.
Okay.
All right. And, I don't even know if it's true. So we were just like, well, that restaurant's been closed. We were just sitting around one night and we were like, that restaurant's been closed. Let's see if we can get inside of it and go get all that liquor. And then we'll be like the kings
Kings of Essex.
We'll be the kings of Essex and heaven. We'll be the big party. So
Okay, so that law basically told you guys that there had to still be a bunch of stuff in there.
yeah,
That's
wheel,
what you
the
garnered from it.
hamster,
I
the hamster
gotcha.
wheel
I
was
gotcha.
turning, and we were like, "There's got to be liquor in there." And,
Okay.
and we're broke.
Okay.
And we're at our friend's house. We'll call him Fenny. and we would hang out there in a week. So me and allegedly myself and E-Rock decided to go to this restaurant and see if this law was true. So
that the owner was just lazy and didn't get it.
Yeah. So that, which could have been possible. We were more banking on hopefully this law is true. So we get to so we drive to the restaurant, and it's late.
You
late
put
at
mud
night.
on the license plate in case there's cameras.
No, we didn't think that far. We parked away and then ran up. And
Masks.
No.
In true Jim Joe Steve Show fashion, what were you wearing that evening?
Probably a hoodie.
Cut off jean shorts.
Yeah, cut off jeans. So we climb up onto a way to get up to the second level. It was the restaurant was actually 2 stores, but we didn't know what was on the second floor. But we figured everything else is locked on the bottom. Our best shot is this window that's at the top. So we climb up on top of this thing and go to this window, and then we're like, well, I saw in this movie, we're trying to open the window and the window's not working. So we're like, how the hell are we going to get in here? We thought to ourselves, and we saw that we must have saw like Lethal Weapon 4, not long before. And we were like, if we put tape on this window and tape up this window and then break this window, then the glass won't fall because it'll stick to the tape.
Come on.
And we were like, we're fucking
Foolproof.
We're geniuses. We're like, do we have tape? Like, no.
Did you have book bags?
No. We
But-
didn't.
but
This
you were going
really
to
wasn't
hoard-
planned out really
Sounds
well.
like it.
So we weren't Ocean's 11. So we're like, well,
Essex 2.
let's
The Essex Deuce.
yeah, let's go. So we climb back down. We're like, well, we got to go to Royal. We got to go try to.
That was a slow burn
That
joke.
was good. That was good.
I was like, well, let's go get some tape. So of course it's late and like Home Depot's closed. So we go to the Royal Farms, and we go in Royal Farms and we're like looking for tape. Going around, we're like, there's medical tape. We're like, that'll work. It's tape.
Medical tape, like for like a soft cast.
Yeah. Like a medical tape, like
Yeah.
you just wrap a
The
bandage
stuff,
up.
the only thing that stuff sticks to is my body hair.
It's like a 1/4 inch. It would take like 4 rolls.
So, so we thought maybe 2 rolls would be enough. So we buy it, and then we go up and we make an X pattern across the window.
Oh my
We
God.
make an X pattern across the window, and then we're like, all right, well, what do we do? So one of us wraps up our arm, because we saw this in a movie, wraps up our arm in a sweatshirt and gives it the people's elbow. E-Rock gave it the people's elbow, and expecting all the glass to stay there.
Fall over like a tree.
Oh, it was the
Because
loud.
you put one X.
It was the loudest sound in the entire. And you're scared. Your adrenaline's pumping, and every sound is intensified. So so we jump back down and run and hide in the bushes.
Allegedly jump.
Allegedly, we jump off and then hide in the bushes. So we hide there for about 45 minutes.
We fell asleep in each other's arms.
All right, coast is clear. I
The
think
coast is clear. And
Nobody calls the cops in Essex anyway.
yeah, and
it would
this
take
restaurant
them an hour and a half to get there.
This restaurant's been closed for months. It's like January, so it's freezing out. So we're just like, all right. So then we're like, all right, well, nobody's coming, so let's go in. Let's climb. Let's do let's do this. So we climb back up for the 3rd time. We unlocked the window and lifted up, which I didn't understand why we did that. So I don't know why we did any of this. So then we climb in, and we come into this room, and this room had wood paneling all over everywhere. All right.
sounds very standard for
I was
an old
gonna
Essex
say,
restaurant.
yeah.
Yeah, it had wood paneling everywhere, and it had Nintendo posters all over the walls. Like
So she rented out the upstairs
yeah,
to underage children.
So it had Nintendo posters, and like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and like all just
Those are
old.
probably worth more than the liquor.
Yeah, I know.
And then the mushrooms wore off, and they were in Steve's little brother's bedroom.
So we're thinking to ourselves, we're just like, what the hell? And there's dog hair, like all over the floor. It smells like a wet dog. and there's just clumps of dog hair everywhere. And we're
like
What's
Joe's tumbleweed back hair when
right.
we lived together in Humber.
and I was like, what is this? And then we're like, this is turning into like the Twilight Zone, or we were like, I don't know. Does somebody live here? So we go back out the window and hide in the bushes for the
We need to discuss. Back to the meeting spot.
So we're just walking around, and it's just dirty. Everything's dusty. There's Nintendo posters, cobwebs everywhere. We're like, what the hell is going on with this? So then we go through, and I've never, in the restaurant, I walked into the back door through to the kitchen and never went out to the front. Like I never went. I never left.
This was a common theme between places that you guys worked.
Isn't it?
Don't come through the front door. We don't want anyone knowing you work here.
We weren't very customer friendly looking.
Yeah,
when we were
yeah.
younger.
And so we go through, and we don't have a flashlight or anything because it's dark. So we're just feeling our way around. So it's like, once we get to the lower level, there's windows, so we'll be able to see like lights from the parking lot or lights from the. So we're feeling around, and then I find this door, open this door, and it leads to this. It's this weird stairway that leads to the back of the kitchen. So we go down to the back of the kitchen, and like it's all the equipment there. Everything's shut off, and then we're like, all right. I was like, I know the restaurant. I know the bar is around this corner. So we go and we walk around the corner, and we're all scared, and I was like, well, let's look in this. There's a cooler, and they still feel cold. Let's go in there. And
It's cold because it's January,
it's
not
just
because
January,
it's
and there's no
running.
heat in this restaurant or whatever. So I opened this thing up, and I was like, there's a 5-gallon thing of strawberry ice cream. I was like, I'm taking this.
Fuck the liquor. Take the ice
I was
cream.
like this. Pull this out. So we pull the ice cream out. I was like, I'm taking this with us. So all right. Then we go and we open up the bar thing, and there it is. There it is in all its glory.
All that
all,
sweet nectar.
all that sweet nectar. There's just rows,
Just glowing gold.
rows of liquor all the way down, and we're just like, and you're like, we start hugging. Eric and I start hugging. We start hugging. We were like, we did it. We did it.
We're champions. We're champions, E-Rock.
We're E-Rock, we did it. We're gonna be heroes when we go back to Flenny's house, and everyone's gonna see what we got. So
Allegedly.
allegedly. So we go and we look around, and we find those big trash cans, like the restaurant size trash cans, and we start loading all this stuff up. It all has the little spouts on it. We're like, we'll keep them for later. We'll be mixologists. So we scoop all this liquor into these things. I was like, well, let's go into this other walk-in because there may be beer in there. And there we open up that cases
As far as the eye could see.
Heineken Dark.
Holy!
I don't even know what that is.
Is that a thing?
They made a beer. Yeah, they made Heineken and then Heineken Dark.
I
And-
have never seen Heineken Dark.
Oh, I saw so many cases. So we're like, we're taking this too. So then we go out. So we just unload all this. We have all this liquor. Allegedly, have all this liquor, and we're like, we can't wait. So then we go to the back door, and then one of us has to run across the parking lot to a guy named Flancel, who was our getaway driver. I forgot to mention him, but he was
was
just
there.
He's just a getaway driver.
What was he doing for the 45 minutes you guys were spooning in the woods?
I have no
waiting?
idea, and I don't think cell phones existed at this time, so I don't think that was even an option. So he just sat there and waited till and just I don't know what he did. He probably left and came back. But we go in and we unload all this liquor. And we put it in the thing. And he pulls up. He backs up to the thing. So this is like a legit operation. Like we're not like, all right. We got the goods. Now we got to plan our getaway. We should have planned it before, but let's plan our getaway now. So we throw this all in his Focus or whatever he had, his hatchback, and we get all the liquor in there. We get all the cases in there, and then we start to drive away. And I'm like, stop!
You forgot the ice cream.
Forgot the ice cream. So we back up and run back out, and I go and grab the ice cream because I was really gonna eat the ice cream because it was still frozen, and I figure it's still got to be good. So
I mean,
so we go.
no.
What's that?
I would. How? Go on.
No, go ahead.
I'm just saying. I don't think the ice cream would be good. Personally.
Yeah. I mean, later in the story, it was very good.
Fast forward to the future.
Yeah. So we drive, and the drive from this restaurant to Fenny's house was the most excited I've ever been in my entire life because I pulled it off.
The adrenaline was rolling.
I was, what's his name? Ocean.
Danny Ocean.
I was Danny Ocean. I was like, we planned it, we got away, scot-free, nothing. Don't even worry about it. I don't know if there's a statute of limitations now, but
I'm sure it is.
And this place is a parking lot.
It's over.
But we pull into Flenny's house, and then we open the door, and my friend Dustin's there.
Wait a minute.
There were people at.
Dustin doesn't get a nickname.
Dustin isn't. When we pull into Fenny's house, they're all sitting there because we've been gone for hours, and they're just like, "There's no."
They're
way.
asleep.
And we kick open this door, and we're like, "What's up, bitches?" We're like, "Here we go. Who wants a drink?" We have this green Egyptian bottle of stuff.
Some grenadine.
Don't even know what the names of anything are. So we're just like, all right. So we pull in, and we were like, who wants Heineken Dark?
Then Steve pulls out an orange roughy out of his back pocket. Like,
Fry this bitch up.
So when we pull in there, and I've just never been so excited. So we're like pouring shots for everybody. We're making all these drinks, and we're like we did it. We're
Kings of Essex.
E-Rock and I are just like, we're heroes. We've made all our friends happy tonight for free. It only cost us 2 rolls of medical tape. So we're sitting there, we're like drinking everything, and E-Rock. Oh, is that his real name?
You've already done that. Story.
He starts drinking stuff. He starts drinking one of these bottles, and he's just like, "What the hell?" He's like, "This one's crunchy." and then I was just like, "What?" And then he was just like, Why is this liquor crunchy? And I was like, it's Egyptian. Maybe they put sand in it or something like that. So we're
These
just
damn
like,
Egyptians
look,
and their liquor.
Like, huh? And then we're like, well, drink this bottle. And he's like, this one's crunchy too. We're just like, what the heck is going on? So then we look in the bottle. They're infested. I told you this restaurant was dirty.
Oh my God.
Every liquor bottle had ants or cockroaches.
God,
because of the easy pour lids.
The easy pour
God
lids.
damn.
They
Their
just
entry point.
they just climbed in.
Like a goddamn fly trap.
Every bottle was bad.
That sucks. But the beer bottles are closed.
The beer bottles were closed,
But it's Heineken Dark.
So
it is Heineken Dark.
basically, you just threw away all her trash for her.
Basically. Now the Heineken Dark was good, but there was a fatal flaw for some reason with this Heineken Dark.
Hence why they don't make it anymore.
I don't know what it was. When you would open the bottle up, if you squeezed the bottle just a little bit, they shattered.
What?
The bottles were, I don't know if this is even
Extra
possible.
thin?
Extra
They were
fragile.
rotten. No.
rotten bottles.
Something was wrong where you could hold the bottle in your hand and just crush it. And so
You guys are sipping
we're
Heineken
sitting
Dark
there.
like wine.
So so you have to drink it really, really slow. And then if they touched each other, they would shatter. Something was wrong with all these. Maybe they got warm, got cold, got warm, got cold, and the integrity of the glass. So everything that we spent hours getting either had cockroaches in it, had ants in it, or the bottle integrity wasn't good enough and it started shattering for no reason at all. And we couldn't drink any of it.
Oh,
There was only one thing
the
that we
ice
all
cream.
ate that was actually good was the ice cream.
Strawberry ice cream.
Yep.
Saving the day.
Oh my god. Was it the strawberry with actual strawberry chunks in it?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
It
Strawberry
was
ice cream.
But it was
That had to
the
be
highs-
sealed then, right?
the highs and
because
lows.
that would be a sure attractant to the ants.
Yeah, but I guess it was in the
freezer?
The freezer,
Oh, yeah.
so it was, and it just stayed cold or whatever it was. But the bottles, I'll never forget looking at them, and then you would just see like it looked like it was just ants and bugs and stuff in there, and E-Rock would say, "You can just drink around them." He tried. But
It's like the tequila worm.
yeah, it was just like
Tequila
tequila
worm.
worm. If you eat them, but we couldn't do anything about
It's
it.
the Essex tequila worm.
It's a cockroach.
It's a fucking
It's a
cockroach.
cockroach inside of a bottle.
Oh man.
It was. I have never been so excited and so sad in one evening.
Yeah, that's a lot of that's a sad heist.
It's a lot of adrenaline.
It was a lot of adrenaline. We were so happy. I was so happy, but unfortunately,
How many were you? You, E-Rock, Fleming, the driver, and
Dustin.
Dustin, and any others?
yeah, there were other people.
Well, give me a number. A total number.
Maybe like eight or nine.
You couldn't
of us.
pull together $20 between 8 people and got yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but heist beer tastes so much
Yeah.
better.
I'm not disagreeing.
I know. Which beer tastes better, the one you paid $8 for or the free one?
But after you decided that you weren't going to drink roaches, couldn't you just go grab some beer?
We probably did, but we wasted the entire night, and everything's probably closed
yeah.
by the time we did it. But it was just those. We had 3 of those big, the big trash cans just full of liquor, and then it was just like, how do we get rid of all this stuff?
Did you have a story one time about somebody like swimming a keg across a river?
I thought about that story when he was talking about
Yes.
this story.
yeah,
yeah.
so I thought
Allegedly,
that
E-Rock did that as well.
so that wasn't part of this.
No. That was another time. In our lives, we've had 4 heists. We've had 4 heists. If you consider the keg, swimming a keg across the. Restaurants should never write how many kegs they have in pencil. That's all I'll ever say about that. A high schooler will change it from 4 to 3 and then throw it in the water to his buddy that's waiting on the other side of the river.
I mean, you earned that one.
Yeah.
Or E-Rock earned that one.
Yeah,
That-
yeah.
It's true.
I feel like if you're willing to swim, it was probably Back River Neck, if I would guess. know?
Yeah.
Maybe in the vicinity.
If you're willing to swim in that water,
I heard
Well-
that's how Michael Phelps got his start. Actually, he was swimming kegs across the river. And that's how he would train.
I mean, he looked tired when he got there.
No
He
shit.
looked tired. I mean, if I was there and helped load
Totally
it into
underestimated.
the car. But yeah, we've had a couple. There's a couple I'll take to the grave. Maybe,
no, you won't.
maybe.
We're-
But those are
we
the
will
heists
shake
you
it out of
wanted to
you.
talk about.
But the restaurant that I'm not going to say the name of anymore. Middleborough Inn.
You said it last time.
I said it last time.
Yeah,
Middleborough Inn.
you can't say
That was the
something
greatest. That was.
on air and then later not say
I know.
it.
I was
because
thinking about it because I was like, this week when I was being like, oh,
how can you get arrested? All you did was throw away all her trash
I
for
did
her.
Google statute of limitations for
Grand larceny.
I was like, robbery? I don't know what it would be. So
But if they actually tested the alcohol, the roaches probably soaked it all up. There really wasn't much left.
Yeah, should just start popping roaches.
God, that would be.
I know.
Just frozen roaches.
yeah, because you know how like people people eat bugs.
Not many people eat German roaches.
Oh man,
Yeah.
have you ever seen? There's this video. It's in one of the African nations. They like will eat mosquitoes, and they'll take this like big bucket and they'll like like a swarm of mosquitoes, and they'll take this bucket and just like wave it up and down and up and down and up and down and collect all these mosquitoes in it. And there's so many of them in there, and they take them. Oh God, it's making me like sick.
I make like hamburger patties.
Make like a patty out of them and like fry up
A malaria patty.
I know, it's so gross.
Oh. That is the grossest thing. Oh.
Steve,
gross. I'm gonna find that.
a mosquito malaria patty or styrofoam? Which one?
Ooh, styrofoam burger patty. So Steve has. Oh man, this.
Should we even put this out? Because if
Oh,
we put this
yeah.
out, every single person
Keep
that
saying
ever
styrofoam though, because that's not what it is.
a
Foam rubber.
Foam rubber.
Foam rubber.
Maybe we shouldn't tell people because that can affect
It's
Steve
whatever.
later.
Oh no, this would be good. This would be good.
I mean,
if-
good for us.
Good for us.
Great content for later.
So we've all worked with each other at some point. Actually, Jim and I never actually worked together, did we?
No.
But Steve and I worked together, and Jim and Steve worked together.
Yeah.
We all worked for a cell phone company for a long time, and I found out at some point that Steve didn't like the feeling of a foam rubber, like stuff that's inside a couch or a pillow. Or,
Like the number one finger you would take to like a sporting event.
yes,
Yeah,
that exact
yeah.
material.
The stuff inside your couches, right? If you're listening to this right now in your car, whatever's inside that seat you're sitting in.
Right. The texture of it makes Steve sick. So I would occasionally play funny pranks on Steve, where I would cover his keyboard in foam rubber crumbles, or
So you're not jumping into a foam pit anytime soon.
God, no. I can't. I know.
if he was in a room,
That
I-
Sky Zone thing where they show
Yeah.
that thing, that's like hell to me.
if he was in a room, I would go inside the room and then cover the door handle with rubber. I would rubber band foam rubber pads.
I went to the bathroom, and then it was inside of the bathroom was inside of the break room,
That's right.
and Joe stacked 6 or 7 boxes of paper, the big boxes, so that I couldn't get out of the door. And then once I got out of the door, every handle was covered in foam rubber. It was so awful.
Oh man! And the best part is if you like hide a piece inside your mouth, and then he doesn't know, and then you go up to him and you just open your mouth and slowly
The
pull it
sound
out.
I made when we were talking about mosquito patties. That's what would happen.
Fun times.
I know.
Fun times playing jokes on each other.
Steve,
Man.
you took this whole damn episode.
That's good.
Well, hopefully everyone else has a story where they stole liquor and had ants in it.
And you know what? We'll get to them.
Yeah.
We'll get to them. We've got a lot of time. We've got a lot of episodes coming up. We'll all tell our heist stories.
I've never stolen a thing in my entire life.
It's because you're a saint. You're a good boy.
Allegedly.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for listening. As always, we can't do any of this without you. We've been completely overwhelmed by the amount of listeners we've had so far. So if you're enjoying it, tell somebody. Hopefully they'll like it as much as you do.
Review us on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spotify.
Even if you don't like us, just give us a 5-star and tell us how bad we are.
Right. Because
You can give us a 1-star.
No.
I'll give you
No.
Oh.
We only want 5 stars because it moves you up in Apple's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do not
that's
listen to Jim.
fine. Okay, fine. Only 5 stars. Only.
but
But check us out on a new Facebook page.
Yeah, check out our new Facebook page. Send us a tweet. Jim will probably respond to it. Check out our Instagram page. Has no photos on it because I manage it.
Can we just do 2 social medias because
Yes.
it's 2 is a lot to manage.
Perfect. I love that. I love that idea.
I have very low expectations for you, Joe, other than showing up.
And
which
and
then
even that
Joe-
should be 50-50.
Joe has
Next
set
week
the bar
we're
so
doing
low.
we're going to be doing our Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Or this week or the week after. Don't forget your presents.
I am probably going to forget presents.
We talked about this a few times, but whatever.
Get us the headshot.
All
All right,
guys.
everybody.
All right, guys. Well, great hanging out with you, and we'll talk soon.
See you
Take
guys
care,
later.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.